Okay, so today I did a taste test on some of my vegetables from my little practice run garden that I want to use to try to do a couple of things with before the cargo ships from China might stop moving, like Fox News said, and like some occultists also said. You know, so I did a taste test today, and I think maybe might have harvested my sweet corn a little bit too soon, but even though I harvested it just a little bit too soon, the flavor was actually still a little bit sweet and it was a little nice. It's just the kernels were not fully colored in like most of them, and they were not, I guess maybe not quite as plump as maybe they should have been. So I guess I'll just let it sit. In worst case scenario, if I get it wrong on my harvest time, at least I'll still have some for seed, you know. And the ones I want to use for seed, I'm not gonna eat them, I don't think, because I want to develop them. Like my most wind resistant corn that has made it through multiple storms and did not get blown down in multiple storms. That corn I want to use as my breeding corn. So that way, if I want to grow some in the future, I can grow it without having to stake it down. If I want to sell some and maybe sell some to other people or trade some with others who maybe might want um, to grow some for themselves or crossbreed it with their corn or whatever, maybe I could use it for that. But overall, I would say out of my first batch of seeds, only 2 stalks of corn actually survived 40-mile-per-hour or winds, or just high winds in general, and multiple storms, and did not bend and did not fall. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is, for the next growing season, instead of sprouting the seed from my wind resistant corn, I think I'll store the seed from my stronger corn, which was only like 2 plants out of my vegetable patch. So I'll probably store the seed from those 2 and then just sprout the other ones that I bought from the Heirloom Seed Market, Baker Creek Seeds. I'll probably just sprout the rest that I got from Baker Creek Seeds. So that way, I can kind of pick out and select more high wind and drought resistant corn from out of that batch. Then from there, what I might do is, after a 3rd season, I think the 3rd season will probably be when I'll intermix the seeds from the more wind and drought resistant plants to get my first generation of selectively bred darker corn, sweet corn, kind of underway, so I can put it in soup or trade it or maybe sell seed packets or whatever eventually. But I'm thinking by the 3rd generation, I'll probably have some really good solid corn that just doesn't need to be staked down at all. And it just isn't phased by high heat. you know. But I'm kind of wondering if I should save the weaker corn though, because the weaker corn is like supposed to be more frost resistant though. So I'm kind of on the fence on if I should be saving the weaker corn that falls down or not. But I'm thinking, I'm just thinking I'll do my selection based on which corn is less susceptible to heat stress and which one is going to be less likely to blow down. And I mean, just two plants out of my garden patch, I mean, they're just winning with flying colors. Like their performance is just phenomenal, way above the rest. And then the other ones are just, they're kind of doing okay, but their seed, I'll probably just eat that. So, and aside from that, in my practice run garden, I'm really happy with how my first few beans are turning out. I did a taste test on my first couple of beans, and they actually taste a lot sweeter than the grocery store beans. I rinsed two off and ate them raw. I did a taste test, and they were still kind of small and a little bit soft. I didn't let them stay long enough to see like what their full size is gonna be, but I picked two while they were still a little bit small, and it actually, I could like taste a small hint of sugar in it, like almost like cane sugar almost. It wasn't real strong, but it was there, just a hint of it. So that was kind of surprising because I've never tasted a pole bean that has like a slight hint of sugary flavor to it before. Never seen that before because I've only had like the store-bought pole beans, and I didn't know that they can taste almost a tiny bit sweet like candy if you grow them yourself and harvest just a little tiny bit early. So, I kind of felt like my beans are like really doing well. I probably should have maybe tried to get a trellis though. Like interplanting them with the corn is great and all, but they're really heavy. So like my stronger corn is actually doing great supporting the weight of the beans. Like they're unfazed by the weight of the beans, but my weaker corns, they're like all falling over even though they have stakes to support them. So, I'm hoping to get the harvest time right on my weaker corn though, because I don't want to miss out and then get something that's just not gonna taste as sugary as I would like it to. So, hopefully this little practice run is gonna give me, a chance to like select for the plants that I want to breed moving forward, and to kind of work my way through the store-bought seed over the course of like 2 seasons. And so hopefully I'm thinking about like maybe 2 years from now, then I might maybe have like a really solid bloodline for like for what I want to see and taste as far as performance. So I'm really looking forward to that, keeping an eye out for which plants I do want to breed, which ones I don't, and going from there.